Hey guys, what's going on? It's Battery Man. It's May 14th, 2017. Just wanted to say hello to all of you out there. I've gotten some messages asking if things are going well, and they are. They're definitely going well, and I really hope the same for all of you out there. But I want to check in and say, hey, it's been a decent year so far. The end of last year got tough. I had some of those kind of seasonal things that a lot of us kind of face with the low light, and things just seem a little higher stressed around both the holidays and that late fall season. With school, I got kind of stressed. I had to drop a class. I went from 15 hours to 12. It didn't end up being a huge deal, but for me, during that period, it was kind of hectic. It was tough. And so, I kept going to therapy. I kept fighting through it. And I kind of come out on the other side feeling good. I did well in the other classes that I kept. I did add some medication because, the Lamictal was kind of helping. I was on just Lamictal, and it was helping with the large ups and the large downs, but kind of not really controlling when I was having a period of high anxiety, just kind of those up downs, like really irritable moments, like periods where I was feeling sort of that intense depression again, but like a short burst of it, periods of anxiety, that kind of thing. And so I'm taking 200 milligrams of Lamictal and 10 milligrams of Lexapro. And together, that combination seems to work pretty good for me. It's kind of stabilized me to the point that I feel like hopefully this is, where I'm going to be at for a while. And like a lot of you out there, I'm skeptical about adding more medications. I was even skeptical about adding the Lexapro again, and I was on that stuff for years before I knew it wasn't even effective, for someone with bipolar on its own. And so to come back to that a little bit, even kind of set me back thinking, I don't know if I want to add another medication, but, I went back to it. Things worked out. I feel pretty decent on it. I feel more stable than I have since my breakdown, I guess you could call it, in late 2015. I just feel like I'm thinking more clearly. My sleep's better. My irritability is lower. My anxiety is lower. My relationships, especially with my girlfriend, have been better. And so the last 4 or 5 months have really gone well. Like I said, I'm in a relationship, and it's going nicely. I'm with someone who understands the kind of challenges that I'm facing. I can be very open and honest with her, which is so huge. And in that way, it doesn't dominate every moment of a relationship or even much moments. It's just an understanding of what's going on, and someone who's willing to take some time to do just a little bit of research on their own and to ask questions and to understand that it means the world. I mean, just to have someone like that in your life who's willing to do that is so huge. And I encourage those of you with people around you to help them get to that point and help them and encourage them to understand what you're going through. And not just from you, but from good, solid literature or online resources or from a counselor or all of those things. Because I think bipolar disorder, more than anything, is difficult for families and loved ones to understand. I think it takes the right kind of person who will do research on their own to really understand that, or, some encouragement to do that. Because I know sometimes for people out there with families, it can be so difficult to explain what your disease is, what you're facing when you are in the middle of facing it. It's like trying to explain how to box when you're in the middle of a boxing match. It's a little tough unless you're, I don't know, unless you're Muhammad Ali. I'm not sure. But, I think that's huge. I think that's some perspective I've taken, and that perspective being that support is huge, that information for the people around you is huge. And so maybe if you have some of your more stable moments, encourage those around you just to look in some research, just some basic articles about how bipolar affects people, and the symptoms to look for, the difficult times a person may face, and hopefully people can help understand what's going on. So But 2017 in general has been going really well. I did really well in my classes last semester after a lot of anxiety. It turned out well, as things often do. Sometimes you feel really anxious about things that actually end up going really well, but you kind of wait for the bottom to drop out sometimes when you have mental health problems, because sometimes that happens, and you kind of almost prep yourself for that. It's tough. We get into that pattern, that habit of just expecting failure because it happens, but there's nothing wrong with expecting success. You can quote me on that. I just made that up, but it sounds like how I feel about things right now. Optimism is a good thing. My classes went really well this semester. I'm doing well in general. I think I'm going to do some traveling this summer and try to get out and see the country a little bit. I am still studying programming, and I'm really loving it. I'm really into it. I love that I can teach myself too on the side and in the summer and when I want to. It's the kind of thing that, it's all the information is there in front of you, from YouTube videos to just reading resources online and what they call code camps, where you can learn different programming skills online essentially and teach yourself programming. I've been really into that, and in that the relationship is going well. I am strongly thinking about moving. Me and my girlfriend have kind of picked out somewhere we think we might want to live a few states away, and we're going to see if that happens. I'll keep you updated. It really would be exciting for us both. We're starting to really get into camping and being outdoors and just being around really good nature, and so we're thinking to ourselves, why not go do what we want to do while we're young enough to do it and our bodies are okay, But that would be a big change and a challenge, but I know I'm going to keep going to therapy and keep taking my meds, That's what I got to do, and I'm thinking to all of you out there. I know there's plenty of you out there who are in various stages of finding stability for yourself and really finding some sort of hold on your condition, on this this monkey on our backs we call bipolar disorder, But I want you guys to know that there's somebody on your side. There's somebody thinking of you. There's somebody knowing that you can find some improvement in this. And that's me. And that's the people who are watching this too. I've noticed the videos and the kind of the community of bipolar disorder, people sort of picking up here, people helping to explain their condition and really connect with others. And I think that's great. I think that's wonderful and overdue. And I hope that continues for people. We need each other, and we need to support each other, and we need to continue to get information and get hope and give hope. And if we can do that here on YouTube, or do that on a message board, or do that wherever you can, I encourage you to do that, because the people who are really suffering right now need some sort of solace to know that there is a life after breakdown. And it's hard to believe. It can be hard to believe, but it's so true. And so I'm thinking of you in your hardest moments, but I'm thinking of you too who are somewhere on the scale of fighting. There's, plenty of you who are living a much more exciting and stable life than I am, and I'm trying to get there myself. And, maybe it's just all a continuum. It's just where you want to end up, and I'm feeling good, and I want that for all of you. And I want that for myself long term, and we're going to keep fighting for that. And I'm going to keep thinking of you, and I'm going to keep coming on here, maybe with a little more frequency. I'm going to try, guys, but I just want you to know that I'm thinking, I'm on your team, and I really hope the best for everybody out there. Keep in touch, and we'll talk soon.